What you doing, you other Walker nerds? I'm the AC, and we're going to talk about this latest episode of The Walking Dead. Season 10, Episode 13, What We Become. And it is time that we say goodbye to another character. And it's not surprising because they told us we would be saying goodbye to another character. Yeah. So Michonne is gone. She's not dead. She's gone off to find Rick. Yeah. Because I don't know, this whole thing is kind of Okay, this video is gonna be a lot of like a iffy to this seems dumb to man, I really want to have high hopes because I don't know. Her going after Rick after all this time, it doesn't make any sense. It's been 6 years since you last saw him. They made it to where she thought he was still alive, but kind of also thought he was dead. It really just doesn't make any sense. 6 years, either he's dead or he would have came back by now. I don't know. But let's talk about like what is actually going on. So the episode starts with Michonne having a vision, flashback. You know, it makes you think of flashback at first. It's pretty much if Michonne left Andrea to die, which I wish would happen because I hated Andrea. But then it goes back to the actual story. And it's Virgil, it brought Michonne so she could look for weapons on this island that he lives. And then he turns out he's lying. It turns out his family's dead and they're walkers, and he actually brought her there to kill him. The episode itself, not much happens throughout the episode, except for one part and then the end. So I'm just going to go through the random crap. So, yeah, Virgil's family dead. He said he brought her because he doesn't know how to kill him. How do you go nearly a decade without learning how to kill walkers and be good at it or getting used to it? Anyways, they clear out this building. They find his family hanging around in the back. And Michonne's like, okay, we need to go actually look. I did what you needed me to. And Virgil's like, no, let's wait till the morning. Even if we look for the stuff now and try to go back, tides, blah, 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 excuses and stuff. Michonne's like, whatever. She doesn't listen anyways. She goes, starts searching this lab. Virgil pops up and is like, you should have just listened till the morning, and then locks her in a room. She's knocked out for about a day. Here are other people in the room next to her. There are 3 researchers that used to work with Virgil. Blah, blah, blah. Then the actual interesting part of the show starts. And Virgil gives her some food and stuff. It turns out they're drugged because she starts hallucinating. And it goes back to what that flashback vision was in the beginning. It pretty much shows like a little trippy thing of if Andrea was not saved by Michonne, this is what Michonne would have done. So Michonne would have been the hitchhiker apparently in the 3rd season, the episode Clear, where Rick, Carl, and Michonne go and run into Morgan. Michonne would have been that hitchhiker. Daryl would have replaced her in the car. But if you also think about it, what happened to that first hitchhiker then? Did Michonne kill him? Find him dead? I don't know, because she was still kind of wearing the same gear. Anyways, after that, somehow Michonne winds up in Virginia also, which means she also probably ran into Martinez. Is it Martinez? What was his name? I don't know. I think Martinez was a different guy. What was the family guy's name? It doesn't matter. So yeah, she's recruited by Negan. And she kind of becomes a top dog in Negan's little thing, so she must get there pretty quickly. Anyways, she's there the night Rick and his group comes in and just slaughters everyone in their sleep. She ends up killing Glenn and Heath, and which is whatever. And then Negan actually gives Michonne the opportunity to take his place when there's the lineup. And Michonne, this was probably my favorite part, because Michonne pretty much tells everyone this is why Rick and his group are the bad guys. Like I've been saying for seasons now, because Rick and the group are the bad guys. And a lot of, especially against Negan. Negan's the good guy, Rick's the bad guy. That showed it. But of course, Whisper's now, Whisper's bad guy. Rick's gone, so everyone else is the good guy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, then Michonne's eventually killed by Daryl and Rick. Team up. Okay, that was the Tribute Vision. Of course, Michonne escapes, and not even a clever move, just Virgil thinking he's doing a good job. I don't know. He's in there checking on her, and she's just like, nah, and like stabs him. He escapes from her escaping, burns the boat, tries to get away, gets knocked out by one of the other researchers. Michonne convinces them not to kill him. That's it. That's most of the episode. And then comes the end. So, Michonne's apparently looked through all the buildings, didn't find any weapons, somehow missed one room where all her stuff was. Whatever. And somehow finds Boots and immediately recognizes them, even after 6 years, to their Rick's, which I think is ridiculous, because I don't even remember what my own shoes look like. It's weird that anyways, she freaks out a little bit, asks Virgil where he got them. He takes her to this other ship. And she, looking through the stuff, just happens to find a phone. It has Rick's name on it, and it has a picture of Michonne and what I thought was just a beautified version of Carl at first, until you really look at it, and it's like, no, it's an older version of Judith. And there's some Japanese writing, which I don't know what that is. Yeah, and it's like, what? No, it was like, what is this? Okay, because it's, last time he saw Judith, she was an itty bitty little thing. So even if it was him, I don't think it could be him. One, the Japanese writing makes me think it was someone else, maybe someone Rick met, or someone that has also been keeping tabs on, the Alexandria Hilltop, that whole situation. Maybe Rick has, because Rick would have came back. It's hard to believe Rick would have got that close to see all that stuff and then not gone back. It's weird. But anyways, Michonne kind of finally gets off the island. Virgil stays. The researchers go with her. She radios Judith. They tell each other what's happened. Judith tells them the whispers aren't a thing, whatever. Michonne tells Judith that she might have a lead to where Rick went, which one is not even a lead. I don't know what information she finds. There was not really anything telling like where Rick may have went. Maybe the ship was supposed to go in a certain destination that they found logs of. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, Judith encourages Michonne to go look for her dad. Let's go look for Rick. Go look for RJ's dad. And she does, apparently. She just goes off on a solo journey. And that's it. That's how Michonne's leaving the show, because she goes on a solo journey, goes back to her 2 Walker followers, kind of deal. Runs into 2 other random people who are dressed in like a little poncho. One has a cowboy hat, that's apparently her. They're trying to get back to their group, and their group happens to be a giant, massive amount of people. some kind of nomadic moving thing along. It's pretty much just, it looks like an army. It's just blocks of people, huge. And she goes and helps them, and that's it. So, what does this mean? One, okay, it's weird to say, but it's like they're trying to do too much too fast, which is a weird thing to say for a show that's been on for a decade. But it means Michonne might be in the movies with Rick, or at least near the end, because there's a 6-year difference. So I guess the first two could be Rick soloing, stuff happening, then Michonne showing up in the third one. I don't know. We haven't gotten any information about these 3 movies that they're supposed to be making. We don't know anything about this new group they saw. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's really confusing. And, like, maybe it all connects. The Ponchos kind of reminded me of the group that Morgan runs into in Fear the Walking Dead. Maybe they're connected, because apparently their group in Fear the Walking Dead just has this huge control of an area. But that's down in like Texas, Mississippi. I'm not sure where everyone is in Fear the Walking Dead. That's a weird show too. It doesn't matter. There's also the people that Rick was taken to. Apparently had a helicopter, and then there's the people that they also, maybe a separate group of people, more military, very secretive group in Fear the Walking Dead. And then also just look at the trailer for The World Beyond, which has been pushed back to later in this year. You see these more tactical style of people. I don't know. I think maybe the Walking Dead universe is trying to focus into a point where everything is connected and it's supposed to make sense, but it doesn't yet, because even though they keep telling us when people are leaving, they're not telling us anything about what they're trying to do. I don't know. Anyways, it was kind of a confusing mess as to what they're wanting to do. If the episode reminds me kind of like Tyrese's episode when he dies, and of course like Rick's episode, it's just like Tyrese died on their way, and they stopped in Noah's town, and he just dies, and he has his whole episode of hallucinating, and the same thing with Rick hallucinating whenever he got impaled. The thing is with Rick, it made sense. We knew he was leaving, but they actually had a few episodes to build it off. But Tyrese, it was just like all of a sudden they're in this new place, Tyrese gets bit, he dies. That's the episode. It's like its own separate thing. And this is what this episode felt like. Is that Michonne just went to this random place, did her own separate thing, seemed disconnected from the rest of the show. If it was entirely its own separate thing, if just talking about the episode itself, it was a good episode. But when you have all this other stuff you're thinking about and trying to piece together, it just makes it weird. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about it. I wasn't crazy about the episode. But hopefully it all pays off in the end. They're going to have to do a really good job, though, to make this mess of this continuity of the story. It really needs to pay off. They have to be some amazing movies. And I hope they are. Because I used to love The Walking Dead. And I used to be like, how can people lose enthusiasm for the show? Well, now I kind of see why. But anyways, there's a few more episodes left in the season. The episode that comes out next week is the episode I wanted to watch this week because it looks cool. I wanted to see the aftermath of Alpha's death. But no, they waited and put this episode in. Whatever. Anyways, so that's next week. The last thing I want to say is Talking Dead was neat. Talking Dead for this episode was all webcam. Chris even made a joke of it being the YouTube version. It was nice. It was weird, but it was nice. But what did you think of this episode? You agree? Disagree? Like it? Hate it? let me know. Like I said, mixed bag, weird, but I don't know. We'll see where they go. But if you like what I said, go ahead and like the video. If you want to see me talk more about The Walking Dead and what they have to come in the future, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be doing a lot of that. But until then, I am DAC. Thank you for watching, and bye.